Hello, fellow Scorpios. What's up? What's going on? Let's do your reading today. I feel very drawn today to start with oracle cards. We've been working with Rider-Waite for a long time, for like a while now, focusing on Rider-Waite. So I'm really focused to start with different oracles. And again, as always, before we get started, whatever is currently offered, if anything, will be in the description box. There's also a playlist for all the Scorpio readings, so check those out. I hope you guys are doing fine. Today, as I'm recording this, we have a beautiful conjunction of Jupiter and Sun in the sign of Pisces in your 5th house. Let's try to manifest beautiful situations for ourselves today. And look at this cosmic womb, the divine feminine. And we also have Venus and Mars conjunct at 0 degrees of Aquarius. So look back at what was happening in your life right around the end of December 2020 or also January, February of 2021. Some kind of seeds maybe that you've planted back then are now fully growing. There's a lot of clarity, especially if you guys started some kind of new journey, new direction. There should be, maybe if not today, because sometimes, you know, what people need to understand about conjunctions, things don't always happen exactly, let's say, on the day of conjunction, but this is, you know, in a little bit as time passes, you start seeing more clearly. Anyway, Scorpios, let us see. I feel like there is this I hear the word nullification, so there might be nullification of something. Like you reached the point where you've kind of gotten as far as you could with something and you're letting something go, but you're also starting fresh. So like this is the rebirth energy, especially with your planet Mars that recently met with Pluto, with Venus in Capricorn, with asteroid Vesta as well. There's been a lot going on, but now I feel like we are on the verge of something new. My God, you guys are also indecisive about something. Let's see. Let's see. Too much. Cards are just like, you're trying also, I feel like, shake off something. Like you're trying to shake off, maybe you're doing some kind of energy cleansing, purging, cleaning your house right now, saging your house, doing some kind of energy cleansing, going maybe to ocean, maybe going like to ocean to cleanse your body, or like you just taking Epsom salt bath at home, something like that. You're really trying to cleanse and purge what I'm hearing. Okay, let's take this too and look at this. Straddling worlds, wandering between realms. And we also have here vanishing mirror, ego sublimation. Let's keep going a little more with an oracle. I want to kind of get a full picture of what's going on. I already feel like it's, again, the cards are confirming there is a transition for a lot of you that's taking place right now. Let's take some of the archetype oracles. Like I haven't worked with some of these oracles for so long, so I'm so excited. Look at this. We have here advocate, inspires you to put compassion into action. We have here father energy wants to come through. I'm also hearing words. Somebody is gonna stand up for you. I don't know what this means. Or standing up for yourself, standing up. We have here child, and look at this, father and child, divine. Interesting. Let me keep going a little more. Take all the cards to get the situation. We have here moon, feelings. Underneath the vanishing mirror. Let's see. We also have here semi-sextile, allowing. You are allowing, I feel like, for something to grow, allowing for something to happen. I feel like you also, for some of you, there is this, okay, I'll tell you in a second, but I feel like with the moon underneath the vanishing mirror, you might experience a situation where your feelings to someone are basically becoming less, or I also see a situation where there's something here about what you haven't been seeing clearly because of your feelings, maybe that's now, it's like shattered and you start seeing something more. Okay, we also have here 7th house underneath father. And we also have here 1st house self. Very interesting reading today, guys. I just want to take a few more cards. And again, I when I read, I do it every time. Could be different. Sometimes it's all the same. Sometimes it's all different. I have to go with how I feel. Today I feel this way. So let's move a little bit here. And we'll start discussing what do we see here. But it's going to be very different reading from normally what you see. I just feel very cold today, probably because of this Venus and Mars conjunction, maybe, possibly. Okay, ooh, look at this heart. Birds from the letterman. 3 more, please. We have child. Interesting energy of child twice. This is card in letterman that's called child. And we have here child as well. And we have here letter. And we have here ring. All right, let's talk about the Scorpios. Another interesting reading. Gonna be quite different from what we usually see in your reads. What I feel from all of this is you are experiencing right now a moment where something, like it's almost like you're finding that balance between self, between others, your relationships perhaps, your reputation as well, your career, things that are important to you. There is a sense here where you realize that very often, especially when maybe triggered or especially when maybe in love, you do not see situation, people or things clearly. And this doesn't always mean like, oh, they are a terrible human being and you don't see them clearly and then they show their true colors. Surely it could be, but sometimes you just don't see things clearly because in that moment where you're all about your feelings, there is something here about the way you see the world that also interferes with, I feel like, your perception of an individual or a situation. And why am I saying this? Moon rules the sign of Cancer, which is for you, especially if you're a Scorpio rising, your 9th house. But even if a Scorpio moon or even Venus or anything else, this is more of an energy reading. I just get that you very often have a certain reaction. But after that, you also realize that something that you thought maybe, or something that you've seen maybe was not what you thought it was. It's weird energy. And with the heart card here, I feel like there's a lot of decisions soon that's going to be coming when it comes to matters of love. You have to decide for yourself where if you're going to allow something here with a semi-sextile energy to grow, or whether you don't want something to grow anymore. Maybe it's a situation where you're choosing, should I maybe give somebody a chance, even though there were things I didn't really like about this person or they disappointed me, and should I allow this to grow and see where it could go? Like, there could be this. Or it could be like, should I just allow things vanish out of my life? Maybe if they are not, maybe something, you know how sometimes they say, right? If the door doesn't open, it's not your door, So maybe you realize that there are some things that maybe didn't work out for you. Maybe there was a connection or situation that was promising, but then it didn't go anywhere. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes things just don't go anywhere because they are not supposed to. And then things that are meant to stay in your life, they are staying. And I honestly, I've seen this even in personal life so many times. Sometimes no matter how much you try to finish something, be done with something, it just stays in your life. And it doesn't have to be a person. It could be even a career project, something you're supposed to be doing. Things that you're supposed to be doing one way or another, they are going to be there. Things that are not, they could vanish. And sometimes, again, we always think about this is so bad, but sometimes it's to the better. And as I feel like here also a matter of perspective for you to allow yourself to see some situation that maybe was painful loss for you in a different light. What if it was actually for the better? Like you think that, oh my God, I wanted this person so much, or I saw so much potential in this connection or in this situation. Oh my God, how come it's not working out? How come, right? Like you kind of perceive it through this lens. But what if you not getting what you want is actually what makes you lucky in this situation? What if with the moon, once again, it's your Cancer is in the 9th house for Scorpios, but it's like 9th house is also the house of luck. So it's like, what if, I think there was a quote, I forgot who said this exactly, but someone said once, sometimes not getting what you thought you wanted is the greatest stroke of luck possible. We just don't see it that way. So maybe I feel like for this moment of your life, it's important for you to let things be. It's if something comes into your life, take it, look where could it go? Allow it to show its colors to you. And alternatively, if something doesn't stay, something chooses to go, let it as well, because again, you don't know here where this journey, who can say where the road goes, Scorpio? We have here straddling worlds, wandering between realms. You might have been going back and forth on something. Should I let this person in? Should I give them another chance? Or maybe not. Should I keep waiting maybe? Should I keep manifesting someone? Or maybe not. But like here, I feel like instead of sort of going back and forth, the best thing you can do is just allow things to be, let the universe work things out. Trust the universe, like trust the universe. I feel like some of you might have like Virgo placement or Capricorn placements besides Scorpio. So you have this desire to control things, you know, like as a fixed sign Scorpio as well. Like there is this desire to control things. But what if instead of trying to push things one direction or another, you just let things be like water, so they say. We have here birds. Birds usually is connected to talks, conversations, maybe gossip even as well. So there is something about conversations and things you're hearing that also could perhaps influence the direction in which you're currently going. I feel like what's very important for you actually to focus on right now is your career, is your reputation in the world. What are the things that you want? I feel like career, even though it might have not been so much of a focus, actually is gonna get, what do you call it, a reboot. Again, it's like something maybe you haven't even been focusing so much lately. For some of you, for others you have, but what I'm getting here, especially if you haven't, but even if you have, there is something here about, again, focusing on yourself. Maybe because you are not trying to control relationships, family situations, any kind of situations in your life anymore. This actually gives you all the energy that you need to focus on launching your projects, to focus on just, you know, your self-concept, so they say, right? On who you are, what you're bringing into the world. I also feel like for a lot of you, you are starting to be more of a person who speaks up. So you are not just letting things like roll or slide. And if you see some kind of maybe either injustice or like if you want to make a difference with Advocate card in any way, like in a real way, not just to get attention, not just to pop on whatever the next thing is that's popular, that's happening, but really like with Advocate card, it's about making a difference. And it's also realizing you're part of the collective. And it was insane. Like yesterday I attended like, I was hearing a lecture about, you know, spirituality just and what really is our spiritual work and how there's three concepts. Basically, I'll give you like a quick summary, which I don't know, I feel very called to talk about this. There's three things, right? There is kindness, when we just give to people out of kindness and they don't always necessarily deserve it, but we give it to them, right? There is this consciousness to be a good person, to be a kind person. Then there is second, which is justice, right? And justice is like, let's say, if someone takes $100 from you, you know, and promises to return it, they have to return $100 because that's what they promised. So it's not about good or bad person, it's justice, it's fair to do though. And then there is a third concept as it relates to spiritual work and our own spiritual ascension. And this has to do with charity, but not in a way that usually we think of it. It has to do with the way that we're born into this world. And really, you know, when we take our spiritual journey and our spiritual work next level, we realize that we also owe to this world. But not in a way like, you know, it's not like you owe somebody specific, like your mom or dad necessarily. No, not in a way. We are born into this world where we often see so much bad things, right, that are happening, and we wonder. There's this whole discussion that's been going on forever in philosophy and theology circles about the problem of evil. Let's try to explain it, right, and all of that. But really, there is something here to say about, as we find ourselves in the imperfect world, it's also our job to repair parts of it. And maybe for some of you, you're awakening to that and seeing how this could be connected to your career. How can you be making a difference with your career, you know, making this world a better place? And there is something here to say about being this almost like divine chariot, this Merkaba, through which, you know, the creator and higher forces also perform their will. So for a lot of you, you will be very high up career-wise, but it's not just because you are necessarily like only want this because you want clout or you want to be famous or whatever. I feel for a lot of you, you will rise to a very high position in a society exactly for the reason that you know that there is things that you have to give, you know, to the world, your gifts that were given to you. You want to really give them, share them with the universe. And I feel like you will be given that opportunity. 13, it could be a childhood dream of yours that you will be given another chance to succeed in. It could also be with a child card. And of course, 13 is also Scorpio number, right? In the traditional tarot. It could also be that you, maybe some things you experienced as a child that were unfair, some childhood trauma you have, you will get to be an advocate and you will get to help somehow people who are in similar situation now. So very powerful. And this is like right the center row of your reading as well. So what I feel like immediately here, like we're leaving behind people who are unsure of us, or people who come and go, or whatever basically comes, you let it, whatever goes, you let it, you don't even care. You don't try to control this. What you're more focused on is your ascension, is your path to the stars, you know, your rising really to your mission in the world. I also see when it comes to your relationships, there is something here about your, because 7th house here, father and letter, in the same row. It could be you fixing maybe something, healing something about relationship with your father. That could be a very important piece of this journey, because your relationship with your father could be influencing the way, whether you're a man or a woman, the way you also, you know, the way your romantic relationships are. And here it's not just for a woman or a man, it's like any sex, whatever you identify as, your relationship with your father has a lot to do with how your relationships are shaping up to be in this present moment. So I'm not telling you have necessarily daddy issues. Of course, it's general reading, so take what resonates, you know, let go of what doesn't. We've been talking right about letting go. But there's something where maybe you have to talk about something with your father. I don't know what it is. I also feel that maybe there are relationships right now that are reawakening some of this daddy issues, so to say. And with the letter communication or document card, you have to kind of speak to someone. It doesn't necessarily mean, like, I think, yeah, it could have to do with speaking to your father, maybe speaking to whoever the person is you're dealing with, but it also could be even a counselor or somebody, you know, who can advise, or maybe even your own journaling could help here as well. There's something that needs to be said, something you've been keeping inside that wants to be said, something that's been hidden. Maybe we'll take a look, I'll take tarot cards on top of this, but something that needs to be said here. I also see here, it's interesting, we got the 10th, 7th and 1st house from this oracle cards. This is about yourself. So there is a very big focus on yourself, healing, I think, your even childhood wounds. Maybe for some of you also preparing. I see for some of you, you will be having children. Hard to say when, maybe, I don't know, next less than 2 years. Honestly, I feel like it could be even within next 13 to 15 months, something like that, 17 months, something like that. And I feel like for a lot of you, this is also right now preparation of your body, of yourself, just in general, to be in a place where you're ready to have children. Or if it's not the case, it could be that you're healing your own childhood wounds. Something like where maybe as a child you were going through something where it says here, inability to defend oneself against negative forces. So maybe something happened to you as a child where you felt speechless and you couldn't really ever tell anyone. And there is something here about rising to a place where you can speak about this now, like you can share about this now. And because you're healing all of this, I feel like this is also contributing to relationships being better, and also you're rising really in the society, becoming more defined in your self-concept. And also here with the ring card, I do think for a lot of you, a commitment of some sort is going to be coming as well. An invitation to be, it could be, you know, a commitment in a relationship, but I also see for some of you, because the letter card is right next to it, it could be an invitation to be a member of a private club or some kind of organization, some kind of community. Yeah, so let's see, what should we keep going with? Let's take some tarot to just clarify this first layers of what we've just seen. Let's take a regular Rider-Waite. You can never go wrong with Rider-Waite. We'll take a card for each row. Okay, we have High Priestess here in this row. We have Six of Swords. Look at this, how Six of Swords is literally clarifying this row where we talked about allowing what comes, comes, what goes, goes. Just not trying to keep anything, anyone against their will, just letting everyone be, letting yourself be, like let it be energy. And Six of Swords clarifying it. That's so funny. Hold on, that's too much. One card, please, for the third row. Card that wants to come out is Ten of Wands. I'm hearing word shame. Let's see. Fourth row. We have Judgment. And fifth row. We have interesting Death card here. Interesting. Let's talk about this. So first of all, the High Priestess clarifying the first row is again you here. are starting to just, you know, trust yourself more, trusting your feelings more. Again, starting to see maybe through mirrors that were not reflecting, you know, how mirrors are not, like mirror is technically also an illusion, right? That's why you can have a mirror that shows that you are taller or shorter or whatever. So you start seeing through mirrors maybe that were not true, something that maybe was reflected to you, but it was not true. You start with the High Priestess energy here, developing yourself, developing your intuition, where you see things better. Also with the Six of Swords card here, like I said previously, there's something here about leaving behind what's just been, I don't know, too much for you to deal with, because there was coming and going and too much and then too little. And you're just like, you're moving on, I feel like, from things. You're letting things be. It's not even leaving things behind. It's more like letting things be. If something is here, you give it your attention. If something is not showing up in your life, maybe that's also kind of like accepting that this is the way things need to be. With the Ten of Wands here, clarifying this third row, I feel like there's been so much you've been carrying on your shoulders, but you're questioning right now whether the work you've been doing, maybe up to this point, is actually the work you're supposed to be doing. And there is something here where, once again, you are letting go of responsibilities that I feel like are not worth it for you, focusing on what's important. And also here, what's interesting with the Ten of Wands, this is you. For some of you, if you've been working on a project, on an idea, on a manifestation of some sort, and you feel like you're never gonna get, you know, to the truth of this, I feel like you are almost there. Because if you can see here, he's carrying so much, he is so tired, he doesn't even see like where he is, but he is actually right, like he's about to make it home. Like you're about to be home. And I feel like, especially when it comes to career, when it comes, it could be about your love life as well, like when it comes to your journey in life overall, like I feel like you're about to be where you always needed to be. There's not going to be anything to overthink. There's not going to be anything to worry about. You're almost there. It's just because I feel like you're so tired and you're so just like, it's been just so much on your shoulders, like Ten of Wands literally in the heart of this reading. You exhausted at some point yourself, but you're almost there, so do not give up. But at the same time, if you also do know there are some things that just, you don't believe in it anymore, truly, like let it be as well. Because again, there's the card that's before, where letting things be. Also letting go of shame. I feel like there was shame that you carried, which was not even yours. Now with the Father row and with the documented 7th house relating judgment, I feel like a lot of things will be coming to the surface. There is going to be a lot of truth spoken. Once again, a lot of things that were unspoken before, you're gonna say them, you're gonna somehow communicate them, you're gonna speak up in some way, and you're gonna be free. You know, maybe somebody also, a person who never apologized to you, or a person who did something really harmful, never said they're sorry. You will hear that from them. For some of you is what I'm seeing. With the Death card clarifying the ring, child, and first house, this is you, Scorpios. And it's interesting because we literally have here first house, self, and we have here the Death card, which is Scorpio card. Again, don't be scared. Obviously, Death card is only a transformation. For a lot of you, this is you letting go of old beliefs. Here, the Death card is standing next to the Hierophant card. And it's like you letting go of old beliefs. Hierophant is also Taurus, so this is your 7th house. So for some of you, you're letting go of old beliefs and old patterns when it comes to your relationships, because you're just done with it. It's done. It's an old story. It's time to transform and something new coming up. Now let's look here. So this was beautiful. We will keep going with this, but I want to see specifically, who are you connecting with? Is there anyone you're connecting with in terms of love? Let's look at this specifically. Anyone you're connecting with right now when it comes to love, as all of this energy, all this transformation is happening. We have here, look at this Hierophant. So mark my words, Scorpios, whether you want it or not, I feel like for a lot of you, your next relationship is going to be very serious, whatever that means to you. For somebody, it's marriage. For others, it's just very spiritual connection. For others, it's something else. Whatever it means, Hierophant card, when it comes to relationships to you, it's basically what's going to happen. We have here 9 of Swords. We have here 8 of Cups. We have here 2 of Pentacles and the 9 of Cups. Okay, let me take a sip of this before I will start talking. With the Hierophant card, there is, I do think, a serious relationship that's on the horizon. Nine of Swords to the Eight of Cups. If there's been an energy in your life that's been indecisive, maybe you were indecisive, maybe somebody was indecisive, and basically I'm seeing here somebody left somebody. I don't think you are going back there, but I feel there's energies right now that are worried. It could be a new situation where, because you are someone who is showing that you are not going to wait around or you're not going to play any games, maybe it's like not somebody from the past, but it's somebody new. And we know how Scorpios, when we want to, you know, when we want to be like, when we want to really just not play games and just be like really like, you know, it's like sometimes how you walk around right on a street, especially is like as if you're a feminine energy. And you know, somebody's like checking you out, but you see they're doing it with not very good intention. And instead of like shying away, you look them straight in the eye with the Scorpio eyes, you know, and they right away just like they get scared, you know, like, so there's something about it. It just, it's weird why they showed me this, this type of energy, but I'm just getting that you basically are in that space where you're so strong in what you want to manifest that whoever is basically indecisive about you or whatever, you showed them your, you know, you showed them who you are. You showed them that you have absolutely no, like, maybe you were connecting your, I feel like it's new, it's not so much old, but maybe you were connecting with someone new, but who was very wishy-washy, indecisive energy, and you just basically showed them that, you know what, I'm not going to be scared to lose this connection. If you're, if like, let's be honest, if you are not scared to lose the connection, if you are not scared to lose me, then why should I be? Like, if somebody is not scared to lose you, why should you be scared to lose them? Like, it takes two to tango. If they aren't scared to lose you, don't be scared to lose them either, you know. And if they are scared to lose you, if they really want you to be in their life, then yeah, sure, you can, if you feel like it, you can meet them there halfway. But basically, because you showed that you don't care for a slightest bit of what is they scared of so much, of what do they need or whatever. Because see, the thing is, it also takes two to tango when it comes to meeting each other's needs. When somebody has certain needs, sure, you can try and meet them there, but it's also if they are meeting your needs. So let's say we know that somebody you're connecting with is scared of spiders, let's say, and you are the one who is scared of, I don't know, I'm trying to think, you're scared of thunder, let's say. You know, you're going to try to protect them from spiders or whatever, or try not to scare them with spiders if they also will respect your fear of thunder. Like, it's a stupid example, but you get what I mean. It takes two to also respect each other's needs. And I feel like here, because somebody just basically put it all into your hands to be protector of this connection, nurturer of this connection, while they were just doing whatever, neglecting what your needs are. You're just like, you know what, I'm not scared to walk away and burn it all to hell if I have to, because I just don't care. I know that if this is what I want with the Nine of Cups, I will see it. But if this is not even what I want anymore, I don't know why I want this. Something like, I don't know, something strange here. Let's move this a little bit. I want to just keep going a little more with that before we go into the extended. We have a few more minutes here. Was it 28 minutes? Hold on, let me take a different Rider-Waite. Rider-Waite after all, right? Keep coming back to Rider-Waite. Let's just see a little bit more about your love situation. Let's take this. That's what the cards we just pulled. Hold on. We have here Strength card. Could be dealing with a Leo. Two of Cups. If it's a Leo, they are in love with you. Judgment. Queen of Cups. Three of Pentacles. Should we do one more? Yeah, Five of Wands. If you've been dealing especially with a Leo energy, I feel like love is there. But it's like, I feel like it changed from the point of where you were the only one who was trying to nurture and protect the connection, and them maybe fighting it or trying to show you their little temper or something. I feel like now the tables are turning to, if they want to save the connection, relationship, marriage or whatever, they have to show it, you know. It's kind of like, you cannot be the only one who is scared. Again, there's a realization that I feel like is very powerful, and maybe it even has to do with this energy that we've seen. in your oracle part of the reading, where like if something stays, let it. If something goes, let it. So like here, if they choose to fight for you and choose to fight for your connection, maybe you will let this happen again. And it's not even, I don't feel like it's necessarily some ex from 10 years ago. Could be even new situations where, again, you know, even in the beginning of a connection, sometimes people behave in a really strange ways, which we don't always understand. But it's basically like you're not going to be with the Five of Wands card here. You're not going to be fighting for anyone, because it doesn't make any sense. Why? Again, if somebody is not scared to lose you, if somebody acts reckless with a connection, why should you be doing all you can to prevent something from breaking down? Like, why? It just makes no sense. So it's like you're realizing that if they are reckless with the connection, if they are reckless with your feelings, if they are acting in a way which is testing you, pushing you away, and whatnot, you are entitled to do the same thing, or to not care, or to let them destroy it if that's what they want. If they want to destroy the connection, please, you know, that's what you're saying here. But it's like here, I feel like the feelings are there. I don't know. Let's, it's already 30 minutes. Oh my God. Like, let's see what's going to happen next, because I do feel like there's someone who might want to fight for your feelings, for your love. I don't know. Maybe it's a person who realized that all this time it was you who was the one, while with the Knight of Swords they were indecisive, and maybe they chose even someone else or something else before, but now they're realizing they made the wrong choice because it was you. I don't know what happens, but there is a realization. Again, only go into the extent if it resonates. We'll talk more about everything else. Thanks for seeing down below. Love you, Scorpio, so much. I hope you guys are doing okay wherever you are. And yeah, link to the extent down below. Talk to you soon. Bye.